That was fun.
We could have a whole hour of you doing that.
It's called praying.
You know, form of dance, just like back long time ago in the ancient cultures. That's what they used to do: dance and pray, and definitely dance, celebration.
We do on Era 1 after the games every night. It's nuts.
It's cool. I love the music. It's really cool, man.
So it's eat, play, and pray.
There's music on our planet that's a lot like it up there that we do. Let me think. I think there's one that I can't remember what it even sounds like at the moment. Oh, this is it. They play up there every night.
They play our music up there?
Well, we've been playing theirs down here for a long time.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
In some forms.
Yeah.
In most forms, actually.
Cool.
I don't think I'm supposed to play this. This is kind of like the music that's playing during some of the games. It's all black, but with like lasers everywhere.
Yeah. It's like rave and stuff. It's pretty cool. Techno. I love techno.
Some nights, like last night, it was kind of like this.
Yeah.
That's why I feel so vibratory connected to this type of music today. But this isn't actually, this is not, you don't even know who that is. And this isn't them either.
Can you go eat a chair?
Oh, here you go. This is them. But this is like, it's the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
They're blues. I think they're blue Andromedan hybrids or something.
Are they a lot of Andromedans up there in the colonies, Nick?
There's some, yes.
Cool.
This isn't even not light. It is light, but no. This is kind of cool. This isn't them, but it's more like, and then like, see, it'll be like a fast beat in the games, and all of a sudden, when like one team like gets damaged like by a bunch of their team members,
yeah,
all of a sudden the music changes and the lights start moving in a different direction, and like a lot of times where there's a battle, all the lights in the whole Coliseum start gravitating to that direction, so everybody knows where all the group of the battle is.
Oh, weird.
So it makes the game move faster.
Yeah.
Because you just pay attention to your atmosphere. You pay attention to your environment. It tells you everything you need to know. It's a metaphor for our actual waking state.
Cool. Yeah,
Everything's in the now. All the information you ever need is right in front of you,
Yeah.
right already within you, because everything is from within. That's the idea of being insane. You want to be sane within.
Right. Right. Cool.
So, Nick, did you have enough sleep yesterday?
What's that?
Have you had enough sleep yesterday? We left it for a short while, and the first thing I did in the morning, I seen the last 3 videos you had.
Yeah, I saw Cybo yesterday, and you're on. I just finished it this morning watching that one.
Yeah, I got like 3 or 4 videos on there just last night alone.
No, I only watched one.
I didn't go to sleep until like 3 in the morning. I was like, because when I channel, it's like taking a nap.
Yeah.
So I kept feeling refreshed every time I would channel. It was weird.
I would have been on yesterday, but I had so much homework to do. So yeah.
Channeling gives me more energy sometimes.
Brian, do you work?
On average, how many hours of sleep do you get then?
I slept a lot this week, actually. I was getting like at least 7, 6, sometimes even 8 hours.
Yeah, I'd say at least at the end of the week, if you don't get much sleep through the week, at least that one day crash, you know. It feels good.
Yeah, no, I definitely slept a long time this week, and I haven't slept that well in a while. I kept waking up. Dude, I slept for 3 months this week. You guys don't even know what I did.
Yeah.
I came back from the future. I'm not even joking.
That's a good move. Those are good. That's a good trilogy also.
I want to watch it now. There's 3 of them, coincidentally, too, isn't there?
Yeah.
3. Miss Shandalk. Shandalk was
Ninja Turtle
awesome.
movie.
Hey, I just watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy like 3 or 4 days ago. Thank you for all the fish.
Thank you for all the fish.
I love it.
I want to watch that movie so bad.
It's pretty funny. I like it.
I own it. I want to watch it now. We should have. I wish we could have like. Dude. Man, where do you live again, Brian?
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana.
I live. I'm like 3 hours away from Chicago, Illinois.
So is that lower than me?
Let's see here. No,
South.
we're toward the Midwest.
Midwest.
Hold
It's
on.
like near Kentucky.
Yeah, it's just right above Kentucky.
Is it
One
near
state
South
above
Carolina?
What's that?
Near South Carolina?
Nah, not that far. Not that far east.
Well, how far? I know that, but how far is South Carolina from you?
Oh, that's because South Carolina would be. Oh, I don't know how many states over. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 states over to the east.
Or 6 hours?
Nah, I think it's about a 16, 15 to 17-hour drive, maybe.
Oh, you're all the way. I don't even, dude. Apparently, I'm not very good with.
It's okay.
You're like, no, it's you're about a half a day off, but
Yeah, I have to drive at least a good day and a half. Yeah.
because it takes like minimum of 12 to 13 hours to drive from here to to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I heard Myrtle Beach is nice though.
Apparently, it is, or else I wouldn't be going there.
Who wants to go more, you or your mom?
Well,
I don't want to put you on the spot. It's all good. All the
He
above.
wants me to move there more. I think it's almost equal at this point.
Yeah.
I just started telling everybody, and now everyone's attacking me, and I'm just ignoring all my phone calls.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
My ex called DCF on me
Uh,
after I told her. Now they're trying to get a hold of me. I'm gone in 2.5 weeks. They can come and talk to me whatever they want, but I'm leaving no matter what.
yeah.
So she got mad because it's done deal. But what kind of idiot mother calls DCF on her own kids? When the parent's not even doing anything to endanger them, she's just mad.
Does she want? She wants to be close to the kids too, doesn't she? Or she? Not
Yeah,
really?
but she's been saying she's gonna move back to Hawaii and all this stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they need to
She-
have it set in stone. Yeah.
What do they call it? A generational curse they have on their family. They believe it's from dark voodoo,
Yeah, yeah.
and they all convince themselves of this. Fools. I love them all, but they're fools.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been myself. I've been going through a roller coaster ride. It's been hard with me. So
Well, I don't see any voodoo curses on you, Brian.
Oh man, trying to hold my own ground and have a balance in my
You
life.
as a gangster in the 30s, wearing that same hat.
I don't know about that.
They call you, I was gonna say.
I still haven't seen The Godfather all the way through.
I never have either. It's a story.
God, that's really
My grandmother hates me if I never admitted it to her. She's like, "Oh, I love The Godfather." I never say, "Yeah, Grandma, I never actually watched the whole thing."
Yeah,
I stopped watching after the horse's head was in the bed. Yeah. So you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me to murder someone. No, I'm just saying for your bet. Yeah. Get out of my face. It shall be granted, and then we shall kill you too. That's not what it says in the movie, but that's my version.
That's your version.
That's basically what they always say. I gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Death. That's just how ruthless they were. Crazy sons of the guns.
Hey, at least we're
They were the firearm natives. The sons of the guns.
Yeah.
My generation is the digital natives.
I'd rather be in the digital age though. I'd rather be born now, like be here now than any other time.
I'd rather be in the diamond age, which is to come after our children's generation.
You're paving the way though. You're inspiring many of us. Wonderful.
Yeah. People keep saying, "Oh, we're going back to the golden age." No, we already had a golden age, and we broke it. So now we moved from platinum. We're moving from what age were we in? Platinum age, technically. The technology, the World Wide Web. In my opinion, in my understanding, now we're moving into the crystal age, is what the age of Aquarius is.
Yeah.
And
slash digital.
Yes, digital is the platinum in a sense.
I keep thinking of Tron.
Yeah.
It would look like Tron in the way in the distant future.
And the diamond age is just the future. But
Yeah.
we're in the crystal age.
Hey Nick, from the moment you said I came back from the future, I was thinking then you must come back to different timeline.
Yeah, it is.
Just
way different.
Yeah, and just a minute ago when you started talking about it again, about timelines or about future, I said to I received that you can contain as many timelines as you wish. And you can always choose the one you prefer at the moment.
Exactly, and that's the same goes for everyone. But I just do it consciously in my waking state, and in my real life. We call this the waking, but we call it the dream.
Who do you want to bring through now?
No, should I channel?
I heard earlier someone wanted Elvis and some other things, but that was what, yesterday?
Yeah.
An elf.
Shandalk.
An elf.
Elf?
Shandalk.
His name is Shandalk, a wood elf of the dark forests of Era.
Oh, that's cool.
No, Nick, I never knew that elves would be that tall. About 7 feet, you said yesterday?
He's a wood elf from the dark forest, so they're a little taller and more muscular.
And they're visual to human beings.
And they're what?
They're visual to human beings.
Yeah,
You
they're in
can
the
see
same
them.
dimension as us. They are perceiving it from a higher perspective.
And
In
they
order,
get along with people easily.
yeah,
Is
there's so
easy
many elves on this planet already. He's not going to be noticed.
in the streets everywhere, not in the
He was
forest.
in his true form, his truest form that he perceives himself as. People would just think he's some kind of if he walked on a Hollywood set, people would just think he's a character in some second Avatar movie or something.
Yeah.
Or not blue, but like more like another Lord of the Rings movie or something mixed between the Avatar, the Na'vi, and an elf.
Wow.
See, those things are true. I never thought so. I thought they were illusions of the cinema and the movie.
There
No?
are no illusions, only illusions.
Anything that you can possibly think of and imagine. Remember, our thoughts they're all part of the collective. So anything that you can imagine in your imagination is happening somewhere in some shape or form in the cosmos.
Yeah.
And a lot of these Hollywood creatures, a lot of these beings that we see in the movies and on TV, it's actually somewhere very similar to what's really does exist somewhere in the cosmos. So yes, it's pretty cool.
They're being channeled to the directors and all the scriptwriters and all.
It's pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So there's nothing fiction then. It's all true.
Not really, yeah.
Greetings, this is Shandalk.
Greetings, Shandalk.
Hello, dear one.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello, hello.
I was just thinking about asking you, can I meet you face to face and talk with you?
It can possibly be arranged in the near future. Possibly.
Good. I'm looking forward to that. And from this yesterday, the Nick comments on what happened was that you got angry. Is that right?
Anger?
Yes.
Could call it that.
Why so?
I would call it combustion.
And what has triggered that?
What has triggered it?
Yes.
Your world. Is why I've come. I feed off of that combustion until there is none to feed off of. And then I relax.
Good. I like that.
So do I. It's pretty spicy.
You still in New Guinea?
No, I am currently on Easter Island.
Sweet.
I am meeting friends here.
Could you please tell us, as long as you're there, who built the Easter Island? You know, the monuments, the statues that are there.
They were built by 13 ascended masters. Long, long, long ago.
What purpose?
Easter Island is... I am being told that I am not at liberty to answer this question. I apologize for the
Okay.
inconvenience.
Told by who?
Where did the stones come from? Actually, there are no stones in that area.
Any further questions about Easter Island will not be addressed by me.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Do not apologize.
Do you have webbed hands and feet?
Do you?
No. Well, no, not. I mean, like in water world, like where you could swim very good using
Technically, you have those, yes. But I understand you're asking if mine are more... I have greater webbed
yes.
mani.
What is it called? Mani?
Mani, Latin,
Okay.
third hand. Manus
Fine.
digitus.
That means yes.
No. Manus is hand, digitus is finger. Digiti, mani. I am learning some of your language. The Latin and Greek are very similar to two of our ancient languages.
Sweet.
So you have your own language, Shandalk, or is it English?
I will speak English while I am vocally coming through this conduit.
So what is your language?
My language, my
Yes,
native one,
exactly.
Dark Elvish.
What does it sound like? Can you say blessing in that language?
I could... You wish me to?
Yes.
Yes. Os Iga Nahidria Ossa Kita Nunt Natara Kasa The Shadow Bloka Nankes Koinakan Sak Nak Edrit Katnke Amen.
Sounds like galactic language also. Greek-like also.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Can you translate for us, please?
No, is this gonna get sick?
No. I spoke of the blooming of the earth's flowers in the shadow of the valley of death.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So you mean out of dark there's light?
Yes, and you are that light.
Thank you.
The
Did you
first
travel?
consciousness of mind on this planet was that of the flowers, as your individual consciousness.
I have another question. Do you travel to space easily? Do you teleport? Or do you have to be gone through a ship?
Excuse me. I don't have a ship yet.
You don't?
I have come to commandeer one, though.
How was that?
What?
You don't get the key.
I am the key. It is my brother's ship, technically.
You visit our colonies there? E1?
I don't know what you're asking.
Maybe it's a relevant question.
Are there any other questions?
Being an elf, do you have any special powers or anything like that?
Special powers. If you're asking me if I'm good at making toys or cookies, the answer is no. I may end up taking up some of those hobbies, ironically, on your planet. Seems to be what many elves like to do on your planet is tinker.
Technology.
Of all kinds.
I got a question for you. When you left last time, you mentioned you were gonna go visit your friends in the sea or somewhere. I had a sense that like the mermaids or like you're going to go visit your mirror. I was just wondering, is that
What are the three triangles in your seas? The dragon triangle, the
Bermuda Triangle.
triangle, and the devil's triangle, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Thank you for
Yeah.
telling me where the gate is to them.
Do you visit these areas?
Excuse me?
Do you visit those areas?
I have traveled through the Dragon's Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, but I had forgotten the name of the third. Now I remember what you called his name that day when that vortex was created. You called him the devil, and I understand why.
Why?
You blamed him for the flood.
was this have to do with the beings that came from Mars on Atlantis?
Everything has to do with everything.
All right.
If you thought of that, obviously there is a connection.
Yes. Back when the Hebrews and then the seven vortices.
Do not get caught up in the names. As you see, previous to the last week or so, you referred to Pleiadians all as one thing. Now you understand us as many different beings. Pleiadians are even not what they call themselves.
So what do
As
they
you
call themselves?
I am Pleiadian.
What? You are a Pleiadian then.
All from the Pleiades star system are Pleiadian. My birth planet is Era, therefore I am a Pleiadian by birth. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are born in a country on your world, are you not that? You are born in America, are you not an American? You were born in Arabia, does that make you an Arabian?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so. You are just learning what we really are. You are gaining crystallized clarity. Pleiadian star system is far away. Elves have been among you forever.
Did the elves originate not from they're not from this planet originally, are they? They're not.
Do you know the story of what this planet was made from originally?
No, I don't. I do not. I don't recall at the moment.
Story of rock in the Lyran colony of Lyra. The first
No,
Lyran colony.
please tell us.
I will not go in detail about the story at the moment. There are recorded dialogues, I believe, on the human colony's website that refer to these things.
Okay.
And at a further, it is not my place to introduce you to these ideas. It is not what I have come for.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. I just needed clarity. I wasn't sure if the elves, if they came from another planet or they were hybridized, like the beings were hybridized here to become elves on this planet.
It's also, what you're saying is kind of like reverse engineering,
Okay.
not exactly evolution.
Okay.
Many
It's not
times,
natural evolution. Right.
many times what humans perceive as mutating or adding together to different species, they're actually putting together two things that actually came from the same thing to begin with.
So they're splitting apart, putting together, crossbreeding. Yes.
They're remembering a form.
Okay.
They're remembering creation and life. It is not a sin as long as the intention is pure within the hearts of those working in these manners.
Here's another thing that I thought about. I've also heard that if a being is cloned, meaning a human being or any other being, if we're cloned, that new clone is actually does not have a soul. The soul does not transfer over, or the spirit. Is this true?
Are you talking about human beings that are in coma?
No, like say,
Are there clones of humans on your planet that walk and talk and interact, but
right, say if someone took genetic sampling.
if they act on their own intention and can learn about themselves as a being, then they have a soul. One cannot be without being as a spirit first.
Okay.
Frankenstein is just as much a man as anyone else was.
I just wasn't sure if a person was some of their genetics were taken and they were grown in a lab, made as a clone, an identical clone. Would they still carry the exact spirit of that original being?
No, it would be an individual spirit. It would be part of the same oversoul, and it would also be equal to the man himself.
So it's in the DNA, the genetics,
Yes.
the aura field. Would it carry the same
You are
aura
implying
field?
that someone was replaced by a clone, this intention was not pure, and if a clone was doing this, they were seriously infected with dark, negative mentalities.
Can you describe what the men in black are? Do they come from many races?
Just a moment, I shall return. This conduit needs a moment.
Okay. Interesting subjects, guys. It's fascinating.
Heck yeah, man. I just keep expanding our minds. That's what it's about. Expansion.
Yeah, some of these questions I've always been wanting to know about, especially about the men in black. Do they have souls? Do they feel as as a human can feel? I've always wanted to know that.
Well, you really gotta watch Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes, I'm gonna thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
Yes, it's about fragmenting your soul, and because when we come here as an oversoul, we want to experience everything that the world has to offer: the dark, the good, the poor, the rich, the hot and cold, and so we go through all these lives, struggling, and sometimes being the rich person, being the poor person, and we basically we're here at the threshold where we've finished all the lessons and experiences that this current dimension has to offer, and it's time to ascend. Time to move on, go to the fifth dimension. That's what we're doing. We're on the last life to where there's no more death, where we can live to however we choose to live, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, however long. I mean, that's where we're at. We're at that moment in existence where we're truly on that transformational point.
It's pretty cool. Edge of Tomorrow. That's what it's called?
Yes, it is. It'll bring clarity, man. It really will.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. That's cool.
And no problem. It is a very good movie. It just came out. I just watched it. I'm telling you, it hits deep, man. It really does. It brings the importance of this one single so fragmented life that you're living.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna ruin it, but it'll bring clarity to you. It did to me. It really did.
Yeah, I love movies like that. I'm a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, The Matrix was actually my favorite movie, and this beat The Matrix.
Wow.
Beat The Matrix and Man of Steel. Man of Steel and The Matrix were my two favorite movies, and this topped both of them.
Nice. Mine is the Star Trek movie that came out the 2009 with the original, based off the kind of like before they became the original series,
The newer one?
Not the very newest one that came out, but the Star Trek 2009.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite ones. And the other one is Thor.
Yeah.
2011. Not the newest one, the Dark Elf yet, but that one was good too. But the original, the Thor movies, I like that. I like them.
Yeah, they're both my favorite.
Yeah.
The thing is, everything has soul. I just keep receiving that again and again. Everything you can give a label to has
that's true.
individual soul.
Particles. Yeah, I guess we have to look at the particles and the energy, the smaller, getting down in size, and look at the different. Yeah, take it apart, look at it. It really is. It really is all energy. You're right.
Even particles have soul. They have their choice to be wherever they believe that it's best.
You're right on. I believe that. Like plants and stuff, how plants can communicate in consciousness. It's fascinating. And rocks and trees and the water. Just even us being a part of that, being near water, it can change everything. Fascinating.
Hey guys, I was surprised about this. Why is he not answering the questions about those Stonehenge, Easter Island?
Oh, they couldn't. He wasn't allowed to talk about that. at this time.
Why is it so hidden? And it's something we like and we love, you know?
I know, I agree with you. I think they should bring that out. But I guess there's a certain time for all this. So, I don't know.
They
But
have love you
11 entities. 11 entities build it.
Yeah.
But the stones came from elsewhere, not from Earth. It's not a close area.
Yeah, these different beings, that's what I've always been fascinated with, like the fairies and the elves and stuff. Like, were they hybridized, or, did we create them at some time? You know what I mean? I was always been, did they come from other planets? Just fascinated with it.
So elves now, they came from the Pleiadians.
Okay, cool.
That's what I gathered.
Yeah.
And they're fused with humanoid blood, or DNA, I mean.
Ah. Also was the Hadorians that Steven was talking about. You're bringing them in, Steve. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
'Cause I've never even heard of them. That is like a whole nother race. Like, it's just more expansion to us. That's cool. Thank you for bringing that in.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Say that again, Hodorians? From where?
They're like
Where?
it's like the H is silent. It's like Adarians.
Oh, Adorian?
Adarians.
Oh,
Adorian.
Adarian.
Yeah, Adarians.
Adar. Okay, the Dar. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I have to stress the R. Adarian.
And how did it look like?
I think Jim brought one through, didn't he, Steven?
Yes, he said that they're more square. Like our face is more of an oval shape. He said that their face is more squarish, and that they have like technology that runs like in their skin, like they're maybe like on the very top surface. I don't know if it's in their skin or on their skin. But if you remember, have you seen the movie Man of Steel?
Yeah.
You remember the lady when she came out of the ship and she had all that technology on her face, and it looked like it was kind of in her skin. I mean, he didn't see. I don't think he got a real clear picture because he says they come in a different. They're not like a regular channeler. They don't come through like the crown chakra. He says they come in waves, where he says they come in waves that go horizontal, and then sometimes it goes vertical. And he says it's very different, and they're like really far off. And it's kind of a sad story because our planet was destroyed not too long ago, and we couldn't stop it. So
That's cool.
they're kind of traveling.
Hello there, Nick.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Nick.
I got cut off.
I'm not too loud, am I?
Nah, you're just right.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Greetings, I have returned.
Greetings, Jim.
Shandalk,
Yes.
welcome back.
Shandalk, welcome. I got a question for you, Shandalk.
Yes.
What was the last thing you ate here on Earth?
The last thing I ate,
Yes.
I believe they call it on your planet beetle nut.
Beetle nuts? Is it like a nut?
Sort of.
Beetle nuts. Okay.
I'd like to expand on that, Stephen. Can you, through this conduit, Nick, if you had like some potato chips or what we call food in front of you, would you be allowed to feel that and feel what that tastes like, the texture? Like if you were to take something and put it in your mouth, like through Nick, and guide him.
It would be him feeling it, I would feel the energy of it, and I would never ingest or allow the conduit to ingest anything that I would perceive as unhealthy while I was
Right.
channeling through him.
Right. So say an orange, something of life that comes from the ground, from the trees and stuff. Would you be willing to, maybe as an example, could you feel, so you feel the energy more?
Yes, it would be nourishing him,
Yes.
and growing the conduit more purified during the channeling and would make the channeling more resonant. It could perhaps amplify it.
That's what I was wondering. Like if how you can feel through the conduit, his five senses, his emotions. I know that, but also like if you drink some water, could you feel the water go down?
I could feel it as a feeling, yes, not as physical as the conduit itself would feel it.
Do you actually perceive and see the energy, or do you just feel it?
The
It's
idea
more.
is that I am channeling through his body and he is channeling through mine at the moment.
Ah, so he sees through your eyes also. I understand.
So in a sense, my body would be nourished energetically and his physically if he were to drink water as he is at the moment
Yes.
from a clear spring that I have showed him.
Yes.
My body isn't being nourished, and as he notices right now, his energetic spirit is being cooled.
So you
You
affect when you
can't
come in.
feel it lowering into his body.
When
As
you come in through him, or how you say, a part of your matching vibration, the frequency, locking, interlocking. So he feels your energetics also.
yes,
Fascinating.
we are dual control at the moment.
So you're not actually
The
pushing buttons.
idea of he is telling me in your films the idea of the drivers of the machines in the movie Pacific Rim are two drivers, one in each eye, cerebrally connected, emotionally and energetically, and consciously.
Yes, I've seen that movie. Fascinating. Yes. Wow. So you're benefiting both. Both of you are benefiting from
It is
this.
a symbiotic dance.
Of energy. Yes. Fascinating. Thank you. I'll pass the mic.
Thank you, Brian. Hi, everybody. Sorry, this is Curly. I was just wondering, I just arrived. Are you in our forest and are you benevolent?
Benevolent.
Okay. And are you physical in living in our forest on Terra?
I sleep in the forests, yes.
Okay. And can we see you sometimes or it's very rare?
Me, yes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to so.
I don't know if you will see me, but you could.
Okay. I have to look in the flowers or in the woods, I don't know.
No. You. Where do you live?
I live in France, near Geneva.
It's a highly populated area.
Sorry?
Is this a highly populated area?
Uh, Kind of village. Yeah.
I would stand out in your country.
Okay. Thank you.
In that sense, you probably wouldn't see me walking on the street, most likely.
Because are you tall or are you like the side of a hand?
I am taller than many of your people.
Oh, okay. And you have wings?
No.
Ah. How is your skin? White or?
It's darker. Shade can be adjusted somewhat, but it wouldn't make me look like a member of your community.
Okay, so your physical appearance is different from ours. We can
Of your specific country.
ah.
I
Okay.
am related in some ways, but because of my vibration, I would easily be spotted as different.
Okay, so I can recognize you.
You would if I were to happen to be near you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're actually vegetarian then?
Excuse me?
You're vegetarian? You eat veggies?
Mostly yes.
And you recommend it?
What is this?
And you recommend it for our ascension?
I do not recommend that for all humans, no.
What is your joy? What do you feel inside? What is it that you? Is it just to share? You're just a messenger.
One could call me that, a messenger of resolve.
Are you a part of a council or a federation, or are you acting alone?
No, I would some places be known as a bounty hunter, other places known as an assassin, other places known as a ghost.
So there's a reason why you're here on this planet at this time.
Yes, of course. This is my new home.
Welcome.
I plan to raise a family here
Yes.
in about 30 years.
Wow.
What is your average lifespan for your civilization?
Average?
Yes, average. In Earth years.
Average. We do not necessarily die in the way you do.
How is that?
Beautiful. We pass
you die?
on when we are ready to pass on. We prefer it. We can stay around as long as we wish. In this form until we decide we want to go to a higher one or a different one. Or even sometimes a lower one in order to gain higher perspective of ourselves.
So you're in complete command of your cells in your body.
Of course. So are you. If you are meaning consciously, then even I have my limits that I perceive.
Yes. Perception.
If I had no limits, the question if I had wings would be yes. But even we find usage in limitation.
Yes, to experience what you want to experience in the moment. Yes.
As a reflection of ourselves.
Yes.
To be the greatest version of ourselves that there can be. Existing in the now. Now, now.
Sounded like an old friend telling me that. Sophia. Fascinating. Interesting. I love you guys.
Thank
you. You're assisting humanity for us to empower ourselves, to look at ourselves from a different perspective of love and appreciation for all existence, all of existence, to not separate anymore, to not to push away, to let it without judgment, really. Feels like that.
Yes, so yes. I hear there is many artifacts of power on your planet.
Are you said bounty hunter, but yet are you one of many that are coming to collect these artifacts to take them off world so humans don't.
Odin said, if he who shall have the power of Thor May his power be with you. All who are worthy can obtain these artifacts.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if a lot of these artifacts would be that would be harmful to humans, or the power would be too great that many of you and your civilizations and others are here to come and collect the artifacts to take them off world so that humans don't destroy ourselves.
Many of them cannot be taken off world, in a sense. They are instruments of ascension.
Okay.
They are the power to destroy and the power to create.
Yes. Very good.
Your family tree has already used them to destroy and create. Many times destroy more than create.
Yeah. I wanted to all those civilizations that are listening right now, if I've harmed you or hurt you in any way, I'm sorry. I did not know. I didn't understand
Don't
it.
apologize. They are you.
Yeah.
You love yourself, therefore you cannot truly be harming yourself. You are only integrating.
Yeah, that's
When a
true.
human feels frustration or anger, it means that they are making progress.
Yes, it's from old energy into a newer type of it is. It's a greater expansion of ourselves. It's not looking so much up, up, up. It's expanding outward. Perceiving more. Learning, allowing ourselves to perceive more. That's all. Without judgment. Without separation. Fascinating. I'll pass it to another. Thank you, my friend.
Shandalk, have you interacted with any human being other than Nick?
Interacted in what way?
Communicated.
I'm communicating with you at current moment.
Not in a physical form.
Nick has not met me in a physical form either.
Yeah, but he has access in a channeling way.
And so do you, currently.
Currently through Nick.
Excuse me?
Currently through Nick.
Is there a question in your statement?
It's a statement.
Yes.
We would like to communicate with you in person.
I already explained to all that I am not coming here to make house calls.
Okay. Good intentions anyway.
I am here right now, and this is sufficient.
Okay. Sounds okay.
Do you think Nick can bring physically someone in the YouTube webinars with us when I don't know, maybe the one he met on ERA or human colonies, the one who can come physically in our vibrations?
We all can come physically in your vibrations.
Really?
It's a matter of you raising yours.
Ah. And are we ready now, all this little group, or not yet?
I would think if you are ready, you would have already known the answer to that question.
So you will be here.
We are here now.
Yeah.
There is no time.
Okay. Oh, confusing. Okay.
The more you integrate the true reality of the physicality of your reality,
Yes.
you will see. Seeing is believing.
But I think we still may. Oh, I speak for me. I still have fear because I don't know who is the bad beings and who is the good beings.
There are none except yourself. So if you perceive something as bad, you perceive that it resonates with a part of you that you do not prefer.
Yes.
Then do not choose it any longer. You are choosing to be afraid of yourself.
No, I'm choosing to be just benevolent and loving, and
Benevolent.
I don't like the bad part.
Integration of the yin and the yang. Not just the yin. And not just the lighter part of it either.
Yeah. I have to think about it.
That's another thing about what we call on this planet the New Age movement. A lot of them, also us, we get caught up in all light. Everything has to be light, 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 and all good, good, good. But we realize that if we don't look at the shadow sides of ourselves, the dark sides, and integrate that, and see what causes us fear, pain, joy, all that, then we'll never be the complete human that we were meant to be. You see?
Yeah,
it doesn't mean that we go out and harm another or kill another. It's here to really to integrate everything and to find balance. That was the thing. Was the balance.
I see the bad things, obviously, but I prefer to choose the good things and to, go away from the bad stuff. To take lesson from
There you go again, good and bad.
Yeah.
You are labeling things that are without labels.
Yes. See everything as choice. Choice.
The more you label things as bad, the more bad things you will find.
Separation.
Because you are only traveling back into your own museum of memories, and you will see all the things you had labeled as bad your whole life if you hold on to those ideas, and you will be afraid for the rest of your days until you decide to change the labels.
See it as a choice. Don't judge it. Just say, I'm choosing this, I'm choosing that. But don't judge it, because the minute you judge it, and actually giving and receiving, the minute a lot of us, we've been raised, we're too how do you say, selfish. If we receive, we didn't earn it. So it's learning also to receive from others, not being afraid of this, this shame and guilt. Look at it. Where does this come from in our lives? What are we pushing against? What are we fighting against, really, ultimately?
But I will explain maybe later some of my experience. Okay. Thank you.
Shandalk.
Take one more question.
I got a question for you, if that's okay.
Yes.
Back home on Era, you have parents there still currently?
Parents? Sure.
Your biological parents?
Yes.
How are they doing?
Good, I suppose.
So how old in linear time would they be, and you also, according to our perspective?
From your idea of your time in orbits, although our time linearly runs differently at a different vibration, therefore we're much older than you, but rationality ratio-wise, I would be around 37 years in Terran time, in Gregorian time.
So you're still a baby.
You say so.
What about your parents? How old would they be?
Significantly older.
All right, thank you. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one older sister.
Is she still on Era? Is she traveling, or what's she doing?
She's listening to this transmission from Era and deciding something.
Cool. Cool. Is your parents listening also?
No.
What is the current like night and day at your planet right now? What is the current according to where your parents live? Is it sunshine? Is it night? Is it
Most of the time it is sunshine on the planet always. Most of the time. We have 2 suns.
sweet?
We being the 3rd sun of our solar system. Era being the 3rd sun.
Oh, sorry, I have a question. This is Scarlett. Have you seen me on Hera these last few days?
I do not go on the colony, no.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sorry.
I wish to ask, do you believe we can live in harmony is not the right word, but because we already do live in harmony in ways.
We live in a harmony. It is different than being harmonically living. One is a ecstatic, seemingly random, somewhat destructive but constructive at the same time. The other is a symphony.
Mm-hmm.
Always building upon the ups and the downs.
How far we are from there?
You are becoming a harmonic society as a world in some senses now, in the last few years. You are moving that direction, or else we wouldn't be able to have these communications. Era 1 would have never come, and the Civil War in Era would never have been resolved if you weren't moving in this direction. So I would thank you for all of what you have given us and the love you have sent us.
Thank you.
I shall leave now.
Okay.
Thank you all for this dialogue, this remembrance, and I shall speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Welcome back.
Drain ya?
No, just taking a nap.
Do you actually, when you go through that, it just depends on what being that comes through, but do you feel like, you said sometimes it energizes you, or it does drain you at times, doesn't it?
He's not from like a ship, he's from the planet, so
yeah,
pretty awesome being him.
Yeah, so you drank the water, so how was drinking that water? I bet you that was awesome, wasn't it? Were you looking at his hands and going around looking at
I don't think where I was. Somewhere that they have beetle nut. Oh, it was on Kauai.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I asked them that, like if
I kept seeing volcano smoking too.
I asked them the questions also about, like, does he feel, like you guys can feel each other's energy, but like if he picked up a glass through you and like drank some water or something, or ate a Dorito or something like that, or like could he feel the texture from that? You know what I mean? So that's fascinating.
Well, when I drank the water over there, I could feel it going down my body, and like even better than normal water, like physically.
Oh, wow.
Like it was cool, like plasma seeping down into my whole chest and down my arms, and like my whole body was cooled.
Like
So
the
physically,
energy.
I could feel it. Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Fascinating.
So that was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Awesome.
Mhm.
It's amazing that this is what I do all day.
Yeah.
We forget sometimes that we forget the little things like
Honestly, I don't even. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Today's Thursday. Only thing I gotta do is start packing up my thing. I gotta write a letter to the court to let them know I'm moving.
yeah.
But that can just be done anytime. This is an emergency, so I gotta do it quickly, moving. Everything else will just be after taken as it goes. YouTube.
Cool.
Y'all got a problem with me? You know my email address. It's nick.james333@gmail.com.
Cool.
Because if you don't know, now you know. Something.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe in your move. Definitely.
Yeah. The force
Wait,
dark
wait,
to try to murder me, but it will not be allowed.
Why do you have to move?
Why do I have to?
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything, but I'm choosing to because it is my highest excitement.
Oh, great. Funny. The same.
Yeah. Yeah to the covenanto. I come from the land down under. What do they
80s.
say?
Yeah. See?
Something. Thunder.
What is
What
that?
was it? Where women blow and make thunder, or something like that.
I used to hear that song every single day, live playing twice a day, usually at least, when I worked in Duke's Canoe Club on Waikiki Beach in Oahu
Cool.
for like a year and a half. That was my favorite job I ever had. So awesome. I don't even know the words for it.
I love 80s music.
Restaurants are just too stressful for me, my personality, though.
It can be, yeah.
I'm a good worker, but that was a different time in my life. I can't do that stuff anymore. I don't want to break my body. I want it to live forever. At least for 333 years.
Cool.
I will show you the way. All who believe in me shall not perish. Motarase quieto, modarse quieta. Motarase quiena matutu suquate. Nicarase kenata inokore hisuquase. Kante so kuturo turus quabalanganate skiata na huasa hibraka sanakia. Yamatara toku. Ilda kata sekinti petando tu sata yeta sanaka. Maste tibreti so Mustafa niasa quieto. Neo no so quanta alejo no los quata. Iniki sikanata. Mustu tiere nikitu no kuasa. Meto tumbrek nak ala tengo. Amen.
Amen. Now, where did that come from?
No, it was funny because once I did a private session with Jim, and I
Yeah.
was already in the fifth dimension already, and I didn't realize it. And then he's like, the channel, I think it was Lakesh, saying that, you know, in the future, that the entities are going to be needing to channel through me, communicate with me at least every hour, if
Wow.
not more. And I was like, dude, that, you know, listen, they are never not here. They're always, as soon as I think, they're there, and they just have a message of of information.
Is there one being or other beings from their past that you would love to bring through that you haven't yet?
There's some that have yet to come through, such as some of the Greek gods. I know that some of the entities I have channeled actually more than just Shandalk, but he is a representation of Ares. He said that his oversoul was an individuated being on this planet at one point as Ares. I have to go one sec.
Okay. This is fascinating, guys. And we're like on the leading edge of these channels. It's really cool. This information and just sharing it with everybody. You know, not trying to keep it hidden, just sharing it. This is what's wonderful about these hangouts. That's why I love this so much.
Yes, yes. More and more people that get this knowledge, the
Yeah.
more wiser you become. Knowledge is power if used responsibly. That's what we are doing. We are maturing as a species, coming together, unifying, realizing that we are all one. We are not separate. We're all the same. We're all a piece of puzzle on the big old puzzle scheme. You know?
I mean, we all have our basic needs, you know, and learning to just let go and getting out of survival mode. That's the biggest thing, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And learning that the more we give of ourselves, even in spite of fear, even when we say we're not good enough, you know, we don't deserve it, if we can get moved beyond that consciously, you know, as an individual and as a collective, and, you know, we can reshape these rules, these regulations to fit us and serve us, not be against us in a way, you know, make the system more fair and balanced. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We are showing people the way, man. Showing people that there's a lot more than what meets the eye, what has been taught. I mean, there's a lot. We're just. It's amazing, man, to keep opening up and experiencing these different ETs and races and species and becoming more knowledgeable about
Yes.
our past, present, and the now moment. It's just.
And what's so mind-blowing to me is like it's us in the future, like some of the Palladians or the Lyrians, the ancient. It's like they can move, you know, so quickly, interdimensionally. And if we got in a rocket ship and tried to go toward that star, it would take us, you know, thousands or millions of years to get to. What's fascinating about that is that as we look at the stars, we see our ancient past. So I'm wondering from their perspective, you know, if they're looking back at us, is it their future or their past? It's fascinating. Or it's just now.
Yeah, it's all interlinked. It's past and future at the same time.
Exactly.
Because your eyes are projectors and they create the past that you see.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's amazing. So yeah, they're like us in the future. I mean, it is. It's us in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just choosing to live this one soul fragment, our personality, our existence on this one piece of our oversoul. But they have already experienced, in a sense, this life, and they're just on a higher existence in a higher dimension, just coming down to our presence and saying, hey, we were y'all. We know how it is. We're their guides. That's exactly their guides. They're guiding us and supporting us and showing us the way and showing us the blockages and helping us release them and becoming a whole self where all of our DNA is active.
I realized that through these channelings that it's not just, yes, it's also about connecting with them, but they're really wanting us to look at ourselves individually and seeing if we want to change the world, we have to change our perceptions. We have to change how we look at ourselves and others more than anything. It's really about ourselves.
Yeah, just because you see yourself, just because you see them this way, you actually see your powers there. Do you see that what they are able to do with us? It's you doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to add to that seeing yourself at the front edge means seeing everybody else you meet at the same level at the front edge. Just it's the wave that we ride.
To start seeing the God within all beings, off-world, on-world, it doesn't matter where, everywhere. Just see them as a piece of your brother or sister coming down the street, because it really is. It really is. We're just a part of each other. Energetically, I mean, so we're manifesting these bodies, we're perceiving them and receiving this information, but yeah, it's so fascinating. It really is.
Brian, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what are you working?
Not at the moment. I'm going back to school. I want to work as I want to be a teacher of philosophy,
Mm.
and there's other things I want to do. But right now, in the moment, I'm not like I'm not holding a job right now. No. But actually, in a way, I'm a father, so in a way, I could say yes, I have a job. But I'm supported with family and friends right now that are, in a way, assisting me getting back in school. So I'm on my 3rd semester back in school because I've been out for a long time. I won't go into the details of that, but yeah, I'm excited.
All of us are on the same
have-
board. Most of
Yeah.
us are not working. Have you noticed this?
Yeah, I guess in a way. I didn't realize it because I know you guys are in different time zones, so I wasn't sure. But I'm excited because I've been given a great opportunity right now to be here with you guys and just to share the knowledge with you guys. And yeah, this is cool. I'm learning so much from you guys, so much. So I'm so happy, man, to find a group like this that that can share our thoughts, our opinions, and just yeah, it's really cool. Hey Dan, is Dan on here?
What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
How's it going, everyone?
Good, good.
Dan, you're picking up your memory, isn't it? Coming back to you, right?
Yes, I was wondering. You have memory, guys.
Sorry, there was like 3 different kind of messages coming through at once then.
Your memory is back. It's coming back to you, right?
Um,
After the presentation.
if you believe it's coming back, then it comes back. If you believe that you're not remembering, then it doesn't. That's the way I've perceived it to be. The more I allow myself to remember, the more I do remember.
And then it's about accepting it.
Yeah, it all started because I noticed that I'd wake up in the morning going, I don't remember my dreams, I don't remember my dreams. And then I noticed that when I stopped saying this, I started writing them down, and then more started coming, and I just allowed myself to remove expectation of what a memory actually is, because we seem to assume that a memory is just like a spark inside your mind, but it could just be a gut feeling or a sensory remembrance in your hand or your leg or anything.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I believe my memory is returning. Yes. Sorry, I kind of rambled off of the subject then.
It's
What
funny.
part of England are you in, Dan? What part of England are you in? I love your accent, though.
I'm in the south. Thank you very much as well.
Thank you.
The deep
Go ahead,
south.
Go ahead, Winfrey.
Hello? Sorry, something happened, I don't know, maybe last week. I wake up very early in the morning, maybe 5 or 6, but I noticed each time it's 5:25, it's 6:6, and as I go back to sleep, I'm not sleeping, I'm kind of lucid, but I see some, I don't know if it's downloads, but I see some different faces, not human faces, looking at me. And sometimes I have like download, I don't know. So I don't know if I'm falling asleep again or if I can take it seriously, or it's very strange. And I saw reptilian, I saw Pleiadians, I saw greys, and kind of elf with very sharp ears and very sharp eyes. I don't know what is it, and I was wondering, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I also get similar kind of images pop through to my head.
Okay.
My friend, he told me the name of what the scientific name of the images flashing before your eyes as you're trying to get to sleep. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I quite get that. I saw a grey last night. It kind of crouched above me, poked its head round at like an angle, kind of like as if it was really interested in me. and
Yeah.
my eyes were still closed, but I kind of felt as if there was a layer of eye that just sort of opened up, and then it shocked him, and he sort of went, "Oh, okay, you are still in there." Because I was trying to get to sleep, and I didn't really want to kind of disturb my sleep. I didn't really want to cause the being any sort of interruption in whatever he's doing as well, because he seemed just as interested in me as I was interested in him.
Yeah.
They just they keep popping out of nowhere and going, "Oh, here's a face, here's another face," and I think it's it's kind of like somebody was saying, we've got it ingrained into our bodies to recognize faces and recognize certain images. And I think it could be part of the remembrance process, where we've got to kind of, we're getting these floods of images going, this is what this being looks like, this is what this being looks like. Don't be scared of them, just here's the face.
No, it's like if I was in the cinema and someone is looking at me, like I saw Brian right now in the computer, and it passed away. It just come and pass, and just look at me and pass through, and I look at him or her, and I'm still lucid because I said to myself, "Oh my God, I was not thinking about that," and suddenly something appeared, a face appeared. It was not the purpose of my kind of dream, or it's very strange.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like they pick up that you're about to go into dreamland, and then
you're not in 3D anymore, and you're not in dream state, and it.
Yes,
I don't know.
Kind of like you're between the worlds, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're more susceptible to pick up these other vibrations, I think it is, where we're in between the dream state of our brain pattern and our waking state brain pattern.
They're showing us slowly, so our physical being, our psyche, doesn't freak out. They're showing us slowly until we can see them, and when they materialize eventually in the rooms, we don't totally freak out. We're like, wow, holy, you know what I mean? Some people can handle it, and some can't yet, but we're getting there. It's at the rate that you remember. So they're showing the faces first, because that's the first recognition of them, and they're starting to show themselves what they look like, these beings. And so as we accept it more, or as we see them and start to not fear any kind of fear, they're just showing us a little glimpse, as much as we allow ourselves to handle. You see?
Can you see that? I try to draw them.
Really?
Yeah.
Pull it back.
Yeah, put it up.
And
oh wow, I see it.
This one was very scared. He's got human body, very strong, and a tail.
Did you draw that?
Yeah.
That's really good. You're a good artist.
Thank you.
One frame. Show it to Nick, please.
Yeah, show that to Nick when Nick gets back on.
Hi.
When he's back.
Okay.
By the way, I have news for you guys, the ones you missed yesterday's webinar. Shandalk said we all vibrate in 4D now. And our third eye is open. Even though we don't, most of us, like me, I haven't seen anything yet through it. But every time when I meditate, I only see magenta. And he told me that my color, I vibrate into this color, the magenta color. So if he comes back, you guys, the ones who've missed yesterday's webinar, you can ask him what color is your vibration and your chakra. Is it balanced or not? He knows all these answers.
Cool. Thank you.
Noah,
yeah.
You said you haven't seen anything, but you want it to. So
yeah.
Are you choosing to see it, or are you choosing not to?
Choose to, of course.
Then you see it.
And I see it. Yeah, I have to
lower your expectations of what it is you're actually seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it starts. A lot of it starts from what I've been told by people is they start to see kind of like when you witness the sun's heating up a floor, and you can see the heat waves rising from it. There's a similar kind of beings make this like shadowy wave pattern of light and frequency, and sometimes that can be picked up before they even start to show themselves in closed eye visuals.
I'll let go, and from now on, and everything will come up, I suppose.
Just trust yourself. Just trust that everything is on its way.
It is. It is. You're right.
No, when you do that, do you feel like the environment that you're in right now, the environment, do you have space where you can really be alone and really work on yourself and open up?
In my room. Just in my room.
Okay. Yeah, find that space, that quiet time for yourself as much as possible, and just play with it, and it'll come to you a lot more. And write down, have a dream journal or something that you want to write down. You know, your thoughts, your emotions, what you're feeling, your body sensation. You know.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Even maybe automatic writing might even come through.
I want that too.
You know? Just play with it. Put the pencil in your hand. Just don't think of anything and just allow it to flow. Just practice.
You have it too, Brian?
A little bit. I think one of my sons, my little one Owen, he's got some ability. I'll have to find that picture for you guys. It's somewhere around here. But he drew all kinds of circles and like designs, like some type of ancient language or something. It just might be. It looks like Elven. I don't know. Just fascinating.
Wow.
Brian, has your son started to speak any languages yet?
My little one Owen might be saying some things. And I'm starting to when he's playing, he likes to sing. So
awesome.
He might be singing some stuff. And then my other one, Logan, he's the older one. He's mostly tells me his dreams. He sees a lot of the beings, you know, like the reptilians, the Pleiadians. Yeah, he's pretty creative. He's the more intellectual one.
Is he scared or not?
He was scared a little bit. One actually just came in his room. It was so real, and he's like, "Dad," and I ran in there, and he said it just vanished. So they've actually appeared to him, kind of like what Caitlin goes through.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a similar thing when I was really young. I had this. It's the only time I've ever actually been in contact with a reptilian of any kind. I've not seen one since I've got over my fear of them. I've not seen them since I learned about them again. Yeah. But I used to have this reptilian teacher who he'd follow me everywhere. He'd go to school with me. He'd talk to me all through the day. And my parents' school and all that, they were like, "Oh, stop talking to yourself," blah blah blah. It's like, no. There's this. He was about 5 foot tall. Kind of looked like a human hybrid with a iguanodon.
Yeah.
And that's the best description of it, was that he was just like this bipedal iguanodon-looking man with a kind of a thinner-looking tail than he would do in the pictures of iguanodons. But yeah, like I really want to see another one again, because I don't know how I would react meeting another.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if it's materialized in your room, I mean, full-fledged,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, physical, it would freak a lot of us out. I know this.
Yeah, it probably would freak me out going back to how I used to see them as well, because they were. I could touch them, I could feel them, like I could hear their breath, I could hear their voice.
If they're and if they're more human-looking, you know, it's not as bad. You know, if they have pointy ears, I mean, we can handle more of a human-looking one. But when it comes to other different types of, you know, skin textures and stuff, and green or brown, it's really hard for us to grasp that. So that's why they're showing us through our dream time, or we're remembering, and how they come, you know, through faces and stuff. It's for us to open up a little bit more to get used to it. You see?
Yeah, from what I've noticed of my experience has been, they started off almost like a really tiny white outline of their face, and then as I've started to become more accepting of their vibration, their face started to become more detailed. I've started to see eyes. I've not received any color yet, but only in the really trance states before I get sent off to elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's when the colour starts to become really vivid. But I've noticed that as I start to unwind into that trance state, it's becoming more detailed more quickly.
Yes.
So I'm able to perceive all of these tiny little things that I would only perceive in the dream state normally.
And don't forget, even though we're thinking it's just not real, our imaginations, the imagination is what's making it real. You know what I mean? It really is there. It's the imagination. So everything, like people that might think, why am I thinking that? It sounds crazy or it looks crazy. It's not. It really is. Your imagination is touching that fourth or fifth density, that dimension. So we're actually communicating with them through our imagination. That is like our telephone. It's like, it really is. Like our percent, it really is.
Yeah, we can choose whether or not we want to keep the image as a blurry kind of figure, or we can start filling in the details. We can start making them become more physically real, and then over time, as we start to allow our imagination and our mindset to become comfortable with these images, then they'll start to transfer it into a more physical, and I'm not going to say real because everything is real, but a more physically perceivable image of the being.
Yes.
And it all starts with us allowing our imagination to run wild.
Our imagination, we've been taught and raised, never to really pay attention to it. As we were raised as children, it was fun. We can create these things, these wonderful things, and we remember we had so much wonderful childhood, and some of us had some crazy things in our life. But man, as you get older, we start to get into a system of survival and paying the bills, and it's rough. But the thing is, you're right. The imagination, they create the images that work for them, those beings. And we here on the ground team, we are creating the images that work for us. And somehow we're going to meet in the middle with those beings. You see? Yes. So it's wonderful. Fascinating.
Yeah, this is the thing that's been brought up quite a lot lately. People have been going, how do we move out of the third dimension? How do we get out of the 3D mindset? We are already out of it. We can choose to be more 3D if we wish, but we can also close our eyes and go to a fourth dimensional state. We can also, if we wish, open our eyes and live the fourth dimensional state, because we are, in a sense, already there. We're just allowing our third dimensional selves to catch up to where our consciousness wants to be.
Yeah, wants to be. That's right. Where do we feel comfortable? Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're a remote-controlled creature, kind of, and our controller is elsewhere, going, right, you've got free choice as long as you want, but I'm going to be here if you need me.
That's
and then
what we
you
call
can choose to.
The oversight.
I didn't mean it in like a control sense. Control's probably the wrong word for it.
Like a guide, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we are always in control of what we wish to do.
Yes.
But we can choose to be either more aligned to our other selves, or we can choose to be more aligned to the physical presence that we are currently living.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does come down to choice. It's really like what you want to choose in that moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to accept the pain or choose pain, or do you see it as pain? It's just a belief system. That's how you look at it, our beliefs, why we're taught, how we're raised, what are these things we call beliefs and push and pull energy, and yeah. It's what you choose in the moment, and then the belief system is, can we allow ourselves to go beyond our beliefs? What's possible,
And Dan, have you been through shamanic practices, something like that? Because I kept on hearing from you my sound or the vocal language that comes out of you, it's somehow shamanic-like. So I thought you have some shamanic practices or so.
Who's that?
I thought Dan has shamanic practices, something like that.
Oh, you're
Dorothy?
picking up on Dan. That's cool.
I'm quite interested in the ideals of the shamanic practice, but I wouldn't necessarily say I am shaman because I've picked apart different beliefs from different things that I've resonated with and kind of created my own idea based around a lot of pagan kind of spirituality and the earth-based religions. I find them fascinating because I've always been quite connected to our mother planet. So I've always had this natural kind of affinity with the older beliefs, the ones that were more this plant will help you rather than oh this plant needs to be made into a pill which can then help you. And a lot of animal-based, not necessarily worship, but animal kind of a connection to the animal kingdom that we've kind of pushed ourselves out of because we are animals in the same way as every other being on this planet, but we've perceived ourselves hierarchy, like a hierarchy a little bit bigger than most animals. But I believe that each being on this planet has a specific reason for being here, and we, in my opinion, the humanity is kind of like a librarian or a groundskeeper or a gardener, or we're here to keep the peace in a certain sense. We're here to help the animals, help the plants, and in the same way they are here to help us.
Yeah, it's a universal balance.
Yeah,
Universal balance.
it's all about the balance.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
But I do believe that I have had a past, well, not necessarily past life because it could still be going. Just in this linear timeline, the age of the Native American and the Celtic Druid and shaman and that, their time has linearly passed, and we're living in this modern age. But I have a strong connection to potential lives that were in those groups of people, which
It's
is it's probably where I get a lot of my inspiration from, is the people that had these similar beliefs, and the ET beings that came and visited them at this same time as well, because they had a big kind of input into how they lived their lives as well. And I find it fascinating how so many different extraterrestrial beings have come down and kind of spread their seed in little pockets of humanity, and it's brilliant to see how they've all kind of grown and shaped the world in their own way.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Man, it's fascinating just to be alive now, just to experience this, in this moment. Just wow, just to take care of everything, especially in nature. Connecting with nature is so important. I'm realizing that more and more, Just going outside and feeling the trees and touching the trees and put my back up against a tree, you can start to ground. You feel that energy.
Yes, that is it. One of the biggest steps in grounding yourself is to develop a connection with natural entities, because we can get stuck in our mind so long that we forget about the big tall green things that we live next to, and we're like, oh, it's just a tree. No, this tree is actually doing so many different things for the surrounding area that it's kind of hard to believe sometimes that this one type of entity is allowing us to breathe as well.
Giving us oxygen. That's right.
Yeah. Without them, we'd probably suffocate.
Yeah, without the grass, the trees, the greens. Without the greens.
Gotta get your greens.
Yeah, and that's why that's the thing about juicing, the greens and stuff, the green leaf vegetables, and and taking that in, and the raw fruits and vegetables, is so important for the body because it's high vibration. It's alive. It's coming right from the earth. It's not processed. That's why they say go organic or as raw as you can. So yeah.
If you can find a tree that's growing on, ask the tree if it's okay to take some leaves or take some fruit, and then do it, because that is one of the easiest ways to connect yourself with the vibration of the being. It's by eating the fruit of that tree or bush or.
Yes. Because they give off a very high vibration, so you feel them. Yes.
True, and it's even tasteful that way. Like today, my mom got some peach, and when it was quite large, and tight and firm. When I ate it, it didn't taste. It was tasteless. I told her this is not really. No, it doesn't look as good as it looks. So I thought now, the one who has cut it off, they haven't blessed it or asked for it. That's why it is tasteless,
Yes. There's so much appreciation that comes from sharing. You feel it inside. There's it really is the giving, the receiving, learning to receive, even if we don't feel worthy of it. That's the biggest thing. It's giving and receiving, and with great gratitude and appreciation, because even just a smile just brightens someone's day. It's beautiful.
So what is your secret, Brian? Did you meditate or do something different? Because your vibration is really high, and you look like a guru to me,
I look like a what?
A guru.
A guru?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Nah. I'll be honest with you guys. I get a lot of my information, a lot of my just how I look at myself through a lot of other channelers. And through the years, I've picked up on a lot of things that really raise my vibration. It's really accepting myself, but through channelers like or organizations that really I love is Crimson Circle. Jeffrey Hoppy, who channels the Dom.
Yeah, I followed him too.
Others is the Wonders.
Steve Rocker too.
Yes, there's one's called the Wonders. Bashar off and on. Cryon, the Magnetic Master.
I love him so.
I love Cryon. It's
God. His voice takes me away.
Yes, the voice gets me too. It's just I love being in that presence. That's what moves me. That energy and learning from them, and then working on myself, taking that knowledge and saying, how can I smile more? How can I be me, even in spite of fear, even when I think that, it's not going to help the planet. Just being me raises being around other people and sharing raises everyone's vibration. So it's so much fun just to play with people.
So you don't meditate regularly, just listen to them?
Not much. My son, we've tried a couple things he likes to do Reiki on me. He'll put his hands out next to me, and I'll try to, it's been a couple months since I've done that, but I need to get, I know you guys are opening some stuff up for me, something maybe I need to look at, for me, but I feel like I'm going to say hi all the time, but it's a very high vibration to feel, just being around you guys,
Yeah, I felt different when I joined them,
Yeah.
Every day I'm excited, and every day I'm cool. And it's all because of you guys, really.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, same here. I mean, with all of you guys, each individual and as a collective, it feels great just to share that, and share our stories about other extraterrestrials and being on ships, and then also just about love. It really comes down to love, loving ourselves and how we treat others and ourselves. It's big, because that's what they're looking at. That's what a lot of these are ourselves, our future selves. We're looking at how can we be as guides to them, on the humans, but also how they can remember who they are, a part of us. We're much bigger than just this planet. What we've been told through the history books. We're so much more.
So, let's do something every day before we go to bed. Let's hope and pray and send Reiki and good energy to all these war areas. So it really needs to be put to an end, as Shandalk has said. He said, never say stop, always safe, and so we hope really we need to do that on daily basis in order to have our planet raise and ascend quicker and have a peaceful Earth.
Yes.
Just got to remember, Noha, that the quickening has already started.
Yeah,
You're accelerating as quick as you choose to be.
We are, as a group, we are. I know that, but the rest of
Yes,
the
definitely.
world.
As a group, we've been kind of pushing each other in the same direction. It's kind of been like we've been reflecting our energy off of each other and mirroring it back off of each other, and just continuing like a constant mirror that's absorbing new energy, pushing new energy, and we're all just kind of vibrating ourselves up.
That's the key.
Yeah.
And always state as much as you can. Always feel, we're not, there are certain things that bring us down. Our family members sometimes push our buttons, but they're there for a reason. Sometimes it's a test, and we have to see it that way. But yet, it's how you want to see it. Just see it as, I'm being given a opportunity to go from negative to positive and stay as much in love as I can with ourselves,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Nick.
Exactly. See that? See? Resonating again.
Oh, there's Nick. Are you there, Nick?
Nikki.
I think Nick fell
Knock,
asleep.
knock.
Nicholas.
Is he giving a session on Skype or something? Could be doing something on parallel level.
I don't know.
Could be.
All it takes is to close your eyes, and then he's off on to the colonies or elsewhere anyway, isn't it? So who knows where he's ended up?
How did you guys find the site? I mean, how did you guys find Human Colonies?
We're onto YouTube and checking the rest of the spiritual things, Bashar and all the other channelers. I'm into Steve Rother and the other guy.
Yes, the group.
Feminist
Yes.
Circle. Yeah,
Yes.
I love them so much. And of course, Cryan is my most favorite one, actually.
Which
And
one?
Cryan.
Yeah, that's the one
My
that...
most, I love him. I really do.
There used to be another that used to come on here. I won't go into her name, but what she brought through was Sophia. You remember Sophia?
Roxy.
No, not Roxy. Yeah, Roxy. But do you remember one called Sophia?
The lady's name is Sophia, or the channel's entity?
The being that comes through, yes.
Yeah, that's Roxanne.
Oh, okay.
Roxanne is telling Sophia.
No. Roxy does Osiphius and a few others. I'm not sure about Sophia.
This is Sophia, but they don't. This channel doesn't bring her through anymore, at least publicly. But that's okay.
Maybe Sabrina, you mean?
No. So here, I'll spell it for you. Right here. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Sophia.
I thought it was Roxy. I'm not sure. Anyways.
Goddess of wisdom.
Oh, okay. And then I stumbled through Max's channel by mistake, and I was going through them. And then when he was telling us that they can take people to the era and E1 and all that, I was contemplating the matter. And gradually,
Yeah.
And then gradually, when I hear the feedback from the ones who have gone there, they always say, "What happened?" I thought it was a joke at the first place, And then everything, yani, rings true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. First, you have to, contemplate the matter, and then if it rings true, then go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this site is take what you need, like in part of your lives and stuff for everyone. It's like just take what resonates with you in that moment, And if nothing, if other things don't, leave it at, if it's like, it's too far-fetched, or maybe, just let it go. Just take that what you need in that moment, and then you're going to build upon that and build upon that. You know what I mean? It's just more of yourself you're remembering. Yes. And these dreams that we have are just fascinating. It really is, the wake state, the real actual wake state is the dream, but it's fascinating.
Yeah, I found it weird how I got it. I'd never watched a channeling video. I've known about channeling. I've been interested in the metaphysical since such a young age that
it
was only natural for me to come along some kind of path like this. But I just stumbled across it. I was looking for information on dragons and draconians and reptilians one day.
Nice.
And then one of the top posts came up, and it was human colonies, Nick channeling General Oracle. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. Take it with a pinch of salt, because from what I don't quite resonate with certain energies that come through the channels. Which I found it was there's kind of like an underlying fear of extraterrestrials that I've got, which is it's pretty weird, seeing that I've been on about them for many years, and then to get to a point where I'm like, oh, the reason why I've been on about them is because I'm scared of them. Okay, I got to sort that problem out. And then I came on here, started to kind of, everyone was so warm and welcoming that it was just kind of hard to say goodbye at the end of the day. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come in when the next webinar's on. And I found that I was receiving so many detailed kind of ideas and things that resonated with me on such a deep level that it became kind of like a wake-up call, going, Dan, this is where you're meant to be for the moment. And then people started to speak Lyran, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? I didn't understand the languages coming out, and I kind of, in my mind, I was going, they're just making noises. Like there's something a bit weird about this. And then a few days later, some random sounds just started coming out of my mouth without me even consciously being aware of it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is far more synchronous than I expected it.
It's like they triggered you. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Just hearing that, just hearing the
yeah.
And then it just comes out. It's just
yeah, Sabrina, she was beautiful at that. I worked with her a little bit, and she starting to bring that out for me. So I really appreciate it for Sabrina out there.
Yeah, Sabrina, Jaguar.
Yeah, all of you guys. You're invoking
everyone,
that. All of you.
Everyone. Yes. Max, Jim. Yes. You're all beautiful wonders of humanity.
Yes.
Or and hybridization.
Yeah, and Max especially, because he's the one that put this. Him and Jim, they put this all together. And it was Max's idea, and without Max pushing that here, who knows? There wouldn't be a human colony. So, thank you to Max.
Yeah, thank you to Max.
I know he'll probably see this maybe later, so.
Maybe.
He doesn't look into long webinars.
That's true.
He looks into glimpses and pieces of it.
It's like a projection, like a projector on a film strip.
Wow, amazing. Yeah.
Nick, are you there? Nick.
Nick, knock.
Come back. So he had to step up for a moment, but I don't know. But yeah, I started on this journey. Probably I was woken up again. All my life I've had contact, with different beings. I see them come down in the dream time very more vividly, not just like kind of like dreamy, but like real physical. Like I can see you guys now, that kind of. Yeah. And lucid dreaming, more of a lucid type dream. And they introduce themselves. I say hello. Sometimes they're a group. Sometimes it's just single. But I'm not the best artist, but if I could draw all of them, There's so many beings out there. It's amazing. But that's what happened. At an early age, I just remember being on a table and having this being to my right of me. When I was about the age of 6 to 8, and I remember the beings telling me that I'm not going to be allowed to remember until I was much older, until later. And that image came back years ago, just recently, and I was like, wow, now it started to make more sense, you know. And when I met, you know, with you guys in Human Colony, that's when I started really thinking about all those synchronicities in my life, about how what everything led up to bring me here in this moment, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a roller coaster. It's just one big roller coaster ride, as I see it. A roller coaster.
But we're lucky enough to have a little switch if we want to go left or right.
Yeah.
Instead of just letting it go, we can make the choice instead
That's
of
true.
hoping.
Yeah. So it's been yeah, I was told that, hey, you know, at a certain time when you get older, you'll remember. It'll start to make sense. Just right now, you're just, you know, you're so young, and it wouldn't make much sense to you. And that's true. You know, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, you know, we just want to play all the time. You know? So, yeah, getting back in that playful energy, that childlike energy. That's cool.
See you later, František.
See you, Francesca.
Much love, much
Brilliant
love.
day, mate. Much love to you, bro.
Frank is quiet. He's quite quiet.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot of things that I have been through.
He's from Russia, right?
Oh, French.
Frankish.
I'm not sure.
Frankish? Yeah,
No,
Frank.
František is from Czech. I think he's
The Czech Republic?
he's from Prague.
Okay. Cool.
Max is Russian, yeah.
Yeah.
I think with the forgetting thing around about the age of 8
Yeah.
sort of, time, it's kind of beneficial to us as well, because we're not going to be able, if we stay with that really creative, imaginative mindset, we're not going to be much use to the teenage world as well.
That's true. And Mom and Dad would really freak out.
Yeah, I remember my parents and close people that got worried about my experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I miss them. I miss my experiences with my reptilian friend, but
Yes.
never know. Maybe one day I'll meet the same one again. Maybe it'll be different ones. Who knows?
Yeah.
Just looking forward to the meeting of reptilians again, because
That's cool.
Well, when I said that at the beginning, when I was scared of the reptilians, I didn't mean the reptilians, the ones that come on, you know, through energetic ones. I'm talking about 3D ones actually. You know, like snakes. The people that can touch snakes, I cannot do that. Never. Cannot touch them. You know.
I have a little bit of a touchy relationship with snakes.
Same here. This is funny. You know the little gardener snakes, those little ones? I'm terrified of them because they move too fast. But the big boa constrictors or the pythons, I could wrap those things around me. I have no problem. It's just the little ones.
They'd love to wrap themselves around you as well. That's the
This
thing.
one, are you off?
The
They
big
got
ones,
the
the big ones I'm not afraid of. It's those little
Really?
tiny ones that move too fast.
My goodness. My goodness. You know the ones they touch the human beings. The ones that they're not poisonous, but the ones they wrap them around their necks. I really freak out. I cannot handle it. You know. I go, oh my God, what if they choke them? You know.
Yeah, at the zoo, that's the only time I was invited to have them one wrap around me, this big boa or pythons. I had no problem with that. It's just the little ones I have to get used to.
Oh my God. And also the crocodiles, when I see them on screen, I freak out. I can't help it. Really. I don't know, maybe I have an incident in past lives or something. I have no idea. They do freak me, you know?
Yeah.
Because they don't know when they attack. They're really unpredictable.
Yeah, they you kind of have no idea what's going through their minds. Like with a dog, you can kind of tell. With a cat, you can most of the time tell. But when it comes to our scaly friends, they're very mysterious, very mysterious. I'm not so worried about like the lizard kind of ones. The ones it's the lizards without legs. That's what gets me. Why do snakes have no legs? Like
That's a good question to ask in channel too.
they look like they should have legs, but they've adapted to a point where they've got tiny little feet underneath them. It's kind of like a centipede or a millipede.
Yeah, like a worm.
Yeah. Worms with teeth.
Yeah. I've seen those Komodo dragons. Iguanas.
I'd love to see one.
Yeah, I've seen one in real life. Pretty amazing.
I'd like to visit the island of Komodo, but that would be definitely need a guide of some kind there.
The Komodo ones, the black ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's Steve, the guy that used to handle the ones on the zoo. It's called Steve what? Is his name? The one who died?
Oh, Steve Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crocodile hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. He was handling a Komodo one, and nothing happened to him. And then he died with a sting of this fish of the sea.
Yeah, stingray, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I saw him handling that dragon, wow, that was really awesome. Because that had a really large tongue, a long one. Can attack at any point and from nowhere.
I don't mean to lower the vibe, but that teaches him for going outside of his comfort zone. He was called the crocodile hunter, not the stingray hunter. But no, he was good with so many different species of animals. It was unbelievable.
True. But he died of something really small. I thought he would die from something big, but he came from something really tiny and minute.
Because it's kind of like a similar to a bee. When they sting you, the stinger gets pulled out, and it's kind of a similar process with the end of a stingray. They have these barbs that they release into you, and then they just cause these puncture wounds that very, very difficult to heal up, especially when you've got a spike sticking through it as well. But
actually,
that's the way.
He drew it to himself, you know? Like there was a guy who was really in love with volcanoes. He used to hunt for volcanoes. And then how he died? Through a volcano. See? He just drew it to himself. Law of attraction. See?
Very true, yeah.
Yeah, you call it, and you attract attention. You magnetize the thing. Why is it very quiet?
Yeah, what's your favorite animal, you guys?
Me? I love rabbits. Dolphins, my most favorite. I love them so much.
Yeah.
Horses. You know, the decent ones, the benevolent ones, the smiley faces ones. I love them so.
How about you?
I've always had a affinity for dragons,
God.
The closest resonance would probably be dogs, or like the wolves and canines. They it's kind of the pack mentality of them, the way that they will always look up to the leader of the group. They will always protect their family. They're really, really friendly animals. Even the wild wolves, they will be so caring, so nurturing of their young that it's hard to believe that these animals are mistaken for vicious and destructive. It's just the way that humans have started to perceive them, because we ourselves are being seen as destructive and vicious. So we're starting to see other animals acting the same way as we are. And it makes sense that the dogs will start to take on the traits of their human masters.
And you, Brian?
The two animals that resonate with me the most, actually three. I'll say three. Dolphin, the either lion or tiger, and the eagle. Those 3 or 4.
Or bird.
Yep.
Well, tigers I cannot come close to. I can see them through pictures and images on screen. Never close. But dolphins, I feel I'm drawn to them and they're calling for me, and I have to see one in real, in 3D.
Yes, I would recommend if you guys ever get a chance to swim with the dolphins. Pretty cool. I never have, but I want to eventually, and maybe somewhere.
Oh my god. What happened? What happened?
It seems Brian's frozen as well.
Yeah, exactly. Nick is back, I hope.
What? Come
on. I'll still saying, Nick, 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 knock, knock, knock. Here you are.
Yeah. Can you see my camera's not working apparently?
No.
Yeah,
Just the picture.
All right. Well, that's fine. And then. All right. Well, how's it going?
Good. Very good.
Interesting. We've been talking on and on and on.
How are you doing, Nick?
Good. Figuring everything out about moving.
Missed you.
But so maybe. Oh, we have 3 viewers. 3 viewers. Three viewers. Now we only have 3 people in the room.
So I think something happened to his screen.
Let's see. Sakara screen no tokara skandai trakesi to tangana sakara to kuatara taresi to turatare sakara tanandaka. Mos ye prekana te tu taratana shi sakara. Mas etie bakunotara.
Ryan, can you see your higher self? Sorry, Nick, I'm sorry. You do?
They call me Ja.
They call you Ja? Your higher self calls you Ja? Or you call your higher self Ja?
What?
Do you see your higher self?
My name is Ja.
You're channeling now.
I am a vocal channel, yes.
You're Ja. Where are you from?
Ja Heavens.
The heavens. Okay. Can you describe yourself to us?
I come to visit and I say, hey, you're going the right way.
Hello, Ja. This is Dan. Hi.
How you doing today, Dan?
I'm brilliant, thank you. Just for clarification, is this the Ja that's associated with the Rastafari people and the the movement that has stemmed from the Ethiopian culture?
Yes, I am one and the same.
Oh, it's great to meet you.
Yes, it is a great meeting indeed.
So you're here on Earth?
I am what you know as Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Have a message?
My message is the same as it always been. One love, one heart.
Who are we speaking with?
They call me Ja, brother.
Is it Saibo?
Ja.
Ja.
Oh, Ja. Nice to meet you, Ja. This is Brian.
Nice to meet you, Brian. How are you today?
Good, good. Just feeling a lot of energy around and just being playful.
Yes, play with your world. Play with the trees and the bumblebee.
Yes. Are you speaking more through a collective or just a singularity?
I am a being known as Ja of the Anunnaki.
Ah, brilliant. Are you close and are you on a planet, a ship, or just through your collective?
How do I say one of your prophets, Bob Marley, say, there is a mystic flowing through the air,
Cool.
a natural mystic. I am that natural mystic.
Ah, I see. Cool. Your the communication of you being here is that you being here is very important in all of you. You're allowing us to remember who we are. You're working with us. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
A lot of people on this planet feel like giving up on life. They live paycheck to paycheck. Many of us, we go through this push and pull energy to everyone's rushing to a goal. Everyone's rushing, it feels like, to something.
Yes, as soon as they stop forgetting that they already passed the finish line, none of these trials and tribulations shall continue.
Exactly. It is,
It is a reverberation through space and time.
yes.
The faster you adjust your perceptions, the faster you will see Zion on your world.
The expression was it heaven on earth.
They say, on earth as it is in heaven.
Yes. As above, so below. Your race, my friend, the ancient race of Anunnaki, are you part of that or just a more recent race?
I am a member of the Anunnaki who founded who we like to call ourselves the original gardeners.
Were many of you a part of the Lemurian energy?
Lemurian energy more highly represented us. There was a civilization before this,
Syrian.
Auria, that represented us even more crystal-like.
Yes.
The farther you go back, the more clear you will see our old forms. The farther you integrate into your higher selves, the easier you will perceive us in our future forms. And in our current forms, you see us much in your dreams symbolic of animals. Most of the time.
Okay. Your true natural forms is just swirling light, isn't it? What we call the aura fields, swirling lights.
I wouldn't call that my true natural form. I would say that is the form of existence itself.
Yes.
I would say that my true natural form would closely resemble what you would call a tree.
A tree?
Yes, indeed.
Fascinating.
But I am sentient nonetheless, and I can walk, in a sense, the same way you do.
Okay. So you're, through your communication, are you walking on the earth now?
I am the earth in a sense, as the way I am able to communicate to the earth is through my connection of what I infused it with in the beginning.
What is the thing about earth, about our perceptions, that we have it all wrong? Is there something that we're missing, something that we're not looking at?
You're all wrong. You are just perceiving from a higher or lower perspective.
Yes.
It's the same thing looked at in different ways.
Okay. So it's how we choose to see what we want to see.
Not what you want to see, but what you would prefer to see. When you want, you push away.
That's right, that's right. That's good. Good analogy. When you want something, yes. When you prefer something, you attract.
Yeah. This is the idea, simply speaking.
Understand. Fascinating. I'll let another talk. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Is there any more questions? Very well. I respectfully and lovingly will recede, and with all the love of the earth and the love of the sun, we smile upon you and look forward and backward to our physical contacts with you. And we say again, do not be afraid of your dreams. Do not be afraid of your dreams. You are not alone, and become in peace as we always have. So mote it be. In nomine Jesu Christi. Amen.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do I change this video to...
Where were you, Nick? What did you see?
Just apparently plant life comes from like him, like green leaves.
Yes.
Like foliage.
Okay.
That's like his body.
Oh, interesting.
And you're talking about the mystic in the air. That's like his mind.
So it's like the earth itself. It's like a one living energy.
Well, like he said, he gave a piece of himself to create man in their image. They all created man in their image, so it is a piece of them, and that is how they're able to communicate with us. When we actually meet them, that probably won't be until the 50s. I mean, that could always change.
Like 2050?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ways away, yeah. Fascinating. Thank you for bringing that entity through this. Brilliant.
Yeah, so now I've channeled Ka, Ra,
Ja.
Ja, and Ya.
Yeah. Cool.
Ya is also known as Jesus or Yeshua.
Huh.
Yahweh.
Okay.
They used to call him also his, I don't know first and last name, but it's Yahshua ben Joseph. That's what they used to call him.
Joseph, Jesus, son of Joseph.
Yes. That's why they're the last name like a ben
Actually,
Joseph.
it's more like Joshua, son of Joseph.
Ah, cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be ridiculous in my case. I am Nicholas, son of Nicholas. My son is going to be like, I am Nicholas, son of Nicholas, who was son to Nicholas, and grandson to a Nicholas, and great-grandson to a Nicholas. It's just like ridiculous.
It is. It just keeps going on and on.
There's 6 Nicholases in my line.
Pretty cool.
So... Uh-oh, the 7th son of the 7th son. That's the 8th Nicholas. Oh, God. He's going to be my great-grandkid.
Yeah.
Crazy! I'm just playing.
How do your kids, how do they feel about you being a channel?
They always told me that it would happen. They always told me that people are going to ask me questions about the angels. And that they're going to want to learn about the angels from me because I know so much about them.
Do you feel that eventually your channels are going to be, instead of bringing individuals through more likely, or beings, it'll be more of a collective eventually?
Probably not.
Okay.
The Anunnaki will be the closest.
Cool.
Just because I see no need to be more collective than I already am.
Yeah.
I'm already an expression of the collective of the entire cosmos, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So to be another collective, I guess I could, but whenever I tried to get to a collective like the Arcturian Council,
Yes.
they sent me straight up to Arcturus himself.
Wow. Fascinating. So you could actually bring up through Arcturus sometime.
Yeah, I did in one of the videos on Human Colony, I believe.
Okay, I have to check that out. I have to check that out. Awesome.
Dude, now like that I'm focusing more on the channeling, there's more entities coming through. It's supposed to be less.
That's what I meant, because it'd be more of a collective instead of a,
Well,
individual.
Saibo is the collective consciousness of the Esasani. Of the Shikani race, more as a sense, because he's maybe the only Shikani there.
Well, it was fascinating when Saibo was saying that, because he said, he was telling like the race, the race in the future, but he was saying to the Esasani, he was like, come out wherever you are. He was telling them that,
Yeah.
So I didn't know what that meant, like to come out more, to not hide.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that have contracts with Esasani who aren't using them.
I see.
So they're calling them out to come to other people if necessary.
Now I see,
in order
yeah.
to move things forward faster.
Yes. Definitely. Man, it's wonderful. Jeez.
Even my dad doesn't even care about this anymore. I tell him I'm channeling. He's like, well, what are you going to do for money? I'm like, I guess I'm going to channel. At first he was like, what is this crap? And now he's just like, okay.
To me, the more,
rapidly everything shifts in the matter of a few weeks.
The more that he can see, I don't know, like I said, it doesn't really matter what he thinks, but the more that he sees the joy that it gives you, and and sees that you're making a living, you're having fun. That's the whole thing. You're having fun. You're doing what you love to do.
And I'm able to actually pay some of my bills. Like my internet got turned off today. Luckily, I had a couple sessions, and then money finally came from PayPal, and then I had the money. I didn't even check my bank account. I'm like, if it's meant to be paid, that money will be put in already. So I didn't even check my account, and I just paid it, and it was paid, and it was back on in a few minutes.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I say. Just put yourself out the more and the connections and Facebook and just advertise yourself. And that's what I'm saying. Other
Yeah,
places
I
too.
definitely like now that it's so easy to figure out how to broadcast these things live. I thought it was complicated or something.
Ah,
If I just known it's like 2 button clicks.
it's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought we'd have a lot more on here today, but I guess everybody's at
well,
work.
we had a lot of people there last night through like 4 or 5 different videos.
Yeah, they have to watch it, dissect it, take what they need. It's
Yeah.
true.
I need to eat something, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I had no idea about the connection with you and your mom and everything. That's fascinating, man.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, gotta go. Leave you in peace and take care of yourselves. I'll catch you later or
Much love.
tomorrow.
yeah, I'm
Much
gonna
love
end
to
the
all.
broadcast now, so
Bye.
we can put this as the hangout, and then maybe later we'll have another one. Probably later today because my dad's gonna probably take the kids today.
Cool.
Okay, please send it on Hangouts, okay?
All right, much love, Noah.
All right. Thank
Thank
you, everyone. Again, my name is Nick Banjo. I do private channeling sessions. Contact me, nickjames333 or nick.james333 at gmail.com. That's also my PayPal for donations. And my Skype name is Nick333James on Skype. So get me on there. And then, let's move this ascension forward. Let's shift into overdrive. All right, y'all.
Much love, Nick. Take care, bro.
Pick you back up in a couple hours. Peace.
Peace.